You've probably been here before. No, wait, not here. Here. But have you ever stopped and wondered what this man is thinking right now? This is Ulfric Stormcloak, a man surrounded by opinions on all sides. I'm not here to debate his morally questionable story, but instead, I'll be focusing on how some of his story explains who he is and why certain traits Ulfric exemplifies are valuable for us. After we do that, we'll talk about what Ulfric was likely thinking in this moment. But first, we need to talk about this guy. I've got a tale as old as time for all my Skyrim veterans. Or at least back to 2011. He's the Dragonborn, the head of the Thieves Guild, listener for the Dark Brotherhood, Archmage of the College of Winterhold, Thane of Everyhold, Harbinger of the Fighters Guild, Master Vampire, and I know I'm missing some here, but hopefully you get the point. As the Dragonborn, you can be everything at once, which in my opinion is freaking awesome. It's one of my favorite parts of Skyrim. I get to feel like a total stud with seemingly limitless power and potential. Life isn't quite this way though. We each only have 24 hours a day, and as far as I'm aware, nobody's found a way to change that. Being everything at once, like the Dragonborn, would probably mean that you're really kind of nothing at all. The Dragonborn gets to keep every door open. Ulfric had to close them. Ulfric is firm in who he is and what he stands for. An imperial text called the Bear of Markarth, which I know is generally considered pure propaganda against Ulfric, but even his enemies admit he's an overwhelming force. The book shows that he is an overwhelmingly powerful warrior and a giant of a man. You may even have someone in your life or someone that you've seen that you picture when you hear how Ulfric is described. Perhaps I've been exposed to too much Disney since my 3-year-old daughter loves it, but I just picture Merida's dad from Brave. Anyway, this book goes through the history of how he liberated the city of Markarth from Forsworn invaders and gave control back to Jarl Hrolfdir. His purpose for doing that wasn't so he could show how strong he is. It was really to get the Empire to give him the right to worship his god freely. More to come on that later. So what made him the man he is? Well, he grew up a son of the Jarl in Windhelm. He spent a decade with the Greybeards learning Thu'um, Dragon Tongue. He's been a prisoner of war where he was tortured, tricked, and subsequently blackmailed. He's fought and won battles that most people wouldn't have been able to, so we know he's an incredible warrior and an inspirational leader. More than all of that though, he's a devout believer in the previously mortal god known as Talos. This is the god that most Nords in Skyrim worship and serve, Ulfric included. His belief was not just a theology, but a lifestyle. It's ingrained in his childhood, his community, and his country. Or, at least it was, until the elves attacked. The war was long, but eventually, the Empire was able to push the elves out of the Imperial City with Ulfric's help. When the Empire negotiated peace terms with the Aldemiri Dominion, of which the Thalmor are a part, Talos worship was outlawed. This is what leads into the story that expands the entirety of the game that we all love so much. Ulfric started a freaking civil war because he couldn't stand bowing to the Imperials any longer, since from his perspective, they were allowing the Aldemiri Dominion to prevent him from pursuing the thing that meant more to him than anything else, worshipping his god. From this point forward, Ulfric never wavered. He remained firm in his commitment, in his resolve to take back his freedom to worship who and how he wants, to free his country and allow his people to do the same. He wasn't seeing this happening with the leadership as it was. So right or wrong, he took matters into his own hands. He remained committed to his cause. Now, just in case you were about to bail on this video because you think I'm about to say that you need to go find a religion or a god and put it above all else, then relax, because that's not what's happening right now. Instead, I'd like to suggest that Ulfric exemplifies a level of commitment that most of us have never experienced before. I believe we're all capable of commitment like that, but rarely get there. In our day, it's so easy to be pulled this way and that, towards the newest games releasing or to a new shiny job. We love shiny new things and opportunities. For example, I have a stable career with room to grow, but every few months I think about learning to code so I can do game development. I have a drive to build something I love from scratch. And you know what the Dragonborn would do? He'd probably just do both, master his current career and become a senior developer. There wouldn't be any trade-offs, but I'm not the Dragonborn, so I choose to stay the course. And constantly reopening that decision doesn't lend itself to growth over time. Ulfric chose Talos. He chose his people. He closed every other door and walked through one. What if we tried slowing down so we can think deeply about what really matters to us, and then we put all of our time, energy, and money into those things that we find are most important to us? What if you, perhaps, put your phone away and actually played the games you bought because they meant something to you at some point? They provoked some kind of emotion. What if you came home from work and you worked out, and then you spent quality time with people you love instead of taking another nap? My point here is that I think we often say our family or our freedom or something is most important to us. Then we don't put our money where our mouth is for some reason. I'm no expert here, so I can't say for certain what the primary cause is for us not focusing on what's important to us. But what I do know is that I'm finding more fulfillment in life when I slow down and move forward intentionally. It's not always a perfect path, but I'm moving forward with intention and commitment, and you can too. So here's your permission, or motivation, or reminder, or whatever you need to get you to slow down, reflect a little, and chase what's important to you. Not all parallels are going to be the perfect fit to our lives, because we don't have a world-eating dragon threatening our existence, so Ulfric's story won't be a one-to-one replica. However, he gave his all to getting back his right to worship Talos, because that's what mattered to him. Finally returning to this scene, after all you've heard today, I wonder if your answer to my original question has changed. What do you think Ulfric is thinking here? Is he thinking of home? Of Talos? Of the fact that his head is about to be separated from the rest of his body? Or maybe is he sitting in silent regret? Who knows? And that's what makes this fun. I, for one, like to think that he's scanning back through his life, asking one question. Was it all worth it? I'm interested to hear your guess. Please, let me know in the comments. Or don't. No one's gonna come after you if you don't. Thank you for watching. I hope my weird, introspective, video game loving brain has produced something for you that was helpful or at least insightful. If you also can't shut these thoughts out, come join my Discord server, Level Up Lounge. Link is in the description. Thank you to all of you, subscriber or not, for sticking around. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go spend some time with the people that I've committed my life to.